I'm Hikmet Badr. I am half Palestinian, half Lithuanian, and I'm 20 years old studying in KTU, first semester studying business. I used to live in Bahrain for about 17 years, a small country by the Middle East, right by Saudi.
Describe the place where you lived.
Very hot, like very hot. Very tiny. It's a very close-minded place, I'd say. About 1 million people, so everyone knows everyone, and it's kind of overwhelming because you can't really do anything much there without anyone else knowing. It's not that nice to live in, to be honest. It's very boring. You can't do much there, and the studies there are also very bad since it's a very small country in the Middle East, and I kind of wanted to do something else, something new, something exciting, and yeah, that's why I kind of came here.
And why did you choose to came to Lithuania exactly?
Well, I am from here, so that kind of played a big part in it, and well, it's more of a lifestyle thing because here it's more open, it's more free. You can do what you want basically without being judged much, and I like that. I like having the freedom to do what I want. I left Bahrain when I was 18, but that's when I went to China. So I came here when I turned 20, which is about 4 months ago. I arrived here.
And what can you say about Lithuania?
Well, I love it, to be honest. I kind of have to because I'm from here, so it's a reason to love. But everything about it, it's more. The best way to describe it is like you can do what you want. You make your own way. You do what you want. You don't really have to judge anything by just live life how you want it. I can say that's how I can describe it. Finishing university, like every 20-year-old wants to do. That's my like short-term plan. But long-term, I'd say, like every other person, find a stable job, settle down with everything. Like that's in the future, yeah. But that's my goal in life to be happy in a way, which everyone wants to be.
What has changed in your life since you stay in Lithuania?
Well, mostly being independent because everyone knows back home your mom does everything, she cooks for you, and that's pretty nice, but you can't live like that forever. So I mean, I had to kind of learn how to do like cook first. I had to learn how to do that, learn basic skills like meeting new people and seeing new things and trying different things in general to help advance my life.
What was the most difficult part about living? Except cooking.
Well, mostly friends, I would say. Friends and family more so because everyone misses their mom back home. Everyone does that. And friends, obviously, like I lived there for 18 years, so I have a very strong connection with some people, and I miss them. I miss hanging out with my friends and that, but that's something I have to live with, just being alone and to start off firstly.
What have been your biggest challenges?
Well, cooking, other than that, more so trying to find my way, trying to create a daily routine, trying to like not hang out with the wrong people that can kind of deter my life in a way, and just trying to stay positive even though there's no support like surrounding me, trying to do the right thing. I would love to stay here firstly. I find it perfect for me specifically, and I don't mind moving around, like I would say doing an Erasmus thing for a semester or something, going out, seeing new places as well. I've been a lot of places in the world, but I always want to explore. So I'd love to explore different places for a short period of time, but I would definitely love to stay here for as long as I can. Accomplish, well, be rich, basically, but to be more precise, like have a stable life, have a good life, not to have worries where it can change everything. Like be stable, be happy, and just do what I want in a way, not having to follow other people and what they do. Like more so make my own way, not follow someone else's.
You want to achieve everything of this here in Lithuania?
Hopefully, I mean, if I can, I'll do it. If not, I have to go somewhere else, I'll do it. I mean, whatever I have to do, I'll do, like how it goes.
In what ways do you think migration has made you a stronger person?
Well, definitely being independent kind of makes you stronger, a lot stronger, because you have no one to like fall back on or someone to help you. And secondly, I would say just new experiences and everything, because new experiences does make everything, like new experiences basically gives you more experience. I know I don't know how to say it, but more experience in life makes it better. Like you know what to do in different situations and different things in general.
If someone you know were planning on coming to this country, what would you tell?
Firstly, people don't smile a lot. That's one. Second, just whatever you expect will happen. So so if you expect good things will happen. If you expect bad things, like I know a lot of people do, they always say that they complain about this place, but that's how you see things. I saw this as an opportunity to advance in my life, to see new things, to try new things, and it's happening, and I'm happy for that. So it's about more mentality and how you see things, and that's how I tell people, always keep an open mind to where you are, because you never know what can happen. I mean, I came here and I love it. Some people come here and they don't like it. So I can't really say you'll love it or hate it. It's more so how you see it.
And in your opinion, what do you like the most in Lithuania?
The weather, except for the winter. That I hate. And secondly, just it's very easy to navigate. People are generally very friendly, especially to foreigners. Like me being one, no one's afraid to help you or if you're in trouble. That's why I like just open-hearted, warm-hearted people, and I love that, to be honest.
How do you think it is hard to find a job for foreigners?
Actually, I would say it's hard everywhere, because everywhere you go, you can't really find jobs. So it's more so like you have to have experience, and especially here, you have to know the local language, like Lithuanian, which most foreigners don't. So obviously it'll be hard, but for other people who lived here, who know the language, it's going to be easier for them, because they can speak, they can communicate. So it depends on who you are, like if you know the language or not, I would say.
Do you already know Lithuanian language?
Actually, no. I know Arabic instead of Lithuanian, which is kind of sad. So I kind of need to learn it. But yeah.
Hello, my name is Luca and I'm from Italy. I live and work here in Lithuania, in Kaunas. I live alone in an apartment that I rent.
What about your previous place where you lived?
Okay, before here I lived in Italy, my hometown. And before that I was here in Kaunas again. So it's like I lived here like 2 years ago in Kaunas with the European voluntary project. So I was a volunteer. Then I came back in Italy for like, 8 months or more or less. And then I was looking for a new job, and I got this job that I have now, and it is like flight attendant, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I am based here at the airport of Kaunas, and yes, I work as a flight attendant. So every time I do 2 or 4 flights, it means that my last flight will bring me here again. The first time that I left was 22, I think, 22 years old. Then I did that project for 8 months, so I finished and I was 23, I think. I came back in Italy. And then I left again when I was 24, more or less. I came alone the first time, but even the second time. And then let's say that I met new friends here. Especially both time. But the second time was a bit different because I had to do a training course. So I was in Bergamo in Italy, in another place, not where I live, for like 1 month and a half. And then I came here with the other 3 colleagues.
Do you know Lithuanian language already?
A bit, let's say. I mean, I know some words, I can understand something, because it's like total is almost 2 years that I'm living here. But it's difficult to talk and difficult also to understand. But I can understand something. I can say few words and few sentences.
And have you speak with your coworkers in English?
Yeah, we just in English.
What was the most difficult part about living?
About living, I didn't have actually any difficult leaving the country, because I actually wanted to live when I did. And for example, now I don't want to come back in Italy in this moment. I like to live here. Like let's say I like to live abroad. So I was happy to live, and just the difficult could be like the different temperature comparing with Italy, so that was a big difference, and a bit of course the language, but here you can survive with English, so it was not so difficult. But maybe the big difference that I saw, it was just the temperature. In the beginning, my parents were like preoccupied, like about the weather, because I live in south of Italy, so there it's very hot, and here it's very cold. There is this big difference, but after a while that they get used to for my decision.
But why exactly Lithuania?
Actually, I didn't choose Lithuania in both times, because the first time I just wanted to make this voluntary project, and I did apply in several different projects, and then they accepted me in that project that I did. And yes, they told me you will be here in Lithuanian, and for me it was fine. I accepted. I was not looking for a particular place or country where to go, so I accepted this one. And the second time it was the same, because with my job and with my company, when you accept, the first time you don't accept the country of the city actually where you go. They choose for you the first time, and then during your career you can choose to move in another city, for example, or country. Like you have to ask that, and you have to wait.
How Lithuanians related to workers from abroad?
Okay, they think maybe strange, because they usually go out of Lithuania. Like they don't like to live here in Lithuania. So Lithuanian people usually go out, like in London a lot, in Ireland also. Because I don't know, maybe for them there is not much job here. But when I explained that I'm a flight attendant, so it's something related not just with Lithuanian, but my company, for example, is not Lithuanian, it's from another country, but I am based here. They understand that, and they say, yeah, okay. And they always ask me, oh, really, do you like stay here? Some question like that.
And do you like what you're doing now? About your job, I mean.
Yes, I like at the moment. As I told you, I like also to live here, but yes, I would like even do something more, like improve in my career. Maybe like just to improve maybe, and get other license maybe, and other thing to have more responsibility about my job.
And what exactly you do in your job?
As I told you, I'm a flight attendant, so I stay there in the cabin and serve the passenger, all this stuff. But it's difficult to explain, but there are different steps. So if I want to improve in my career, like maybe, I don't know, I will change the company, and I will work for a bigger company or in a bigger aircraft. So there are different steps.
And what the name of the company where you work now?
Is it Ryanair? Maybe the biggest in Europe, so I think you know that company. And I'm also thinking to get some license about pilot. So I don't actually planning something now, but I will try, I think, to get some license about pilot in Vilnius, because I can do that in Vilnius. So at the moment I'm thinking to continue working here in Kaunas.
Do you think it is hard to get this license?
For sure it's not easier, and it takes times, even years, especially if you're a worker like me. And but at the same time I don't want to leave my job, so I think it would be hard, but I would like to try. at least in the beginning, and then I will see. First of all, I am independent here. So when I was living in my whole town, I didn't have let's say a proper job, and yes, I was living still with my parents. So this coming here, it made me become like independent and live alone and do all the stuff alone, and that's what I really like.
If someone you know were planning on coming to this country too, what would you tell him?
I would tell maybe to come here twice, like one in winter, okay, to try the weather, but also to come here in summer, to notice the difference between winter and summer here, because I think that Kaunas is like another completely another city during the summer. As you can see, like if you go outside during the winter, there is nobody like outside because it's cold. But during summer, they organize a lot of events, and there are a lot of people outside. So it looks really another city completely.
Hi, my name is Edgar. I'm a student of VMU. I'm studying Japanese language and culture. And like I'm living here since 2005.
And where do you came from?
I came from Moldova. Like I was born there, I was growing there, and then my parents like saying why not to go somewhere, and we come to Lithuania.
Can you describe the place where you lived?
I lived in the capital of Moldova, it's Chisinau. So I like there. It's hot weather, a lot of fruits and stuff, and so on. But I don't know. My parents choose to move to Lithuania.
You don't know why they decided to leave?
Like the moment why they decided to leave is that my mother is Lithuanian, and my father is from Moldova. So maybe that was the point. Like they was annoyed of Moldavian stuff and everything, so maybe they choose to move.
And why exactly Lithuania? Why not another country?
Because here I have my grandparents and some relatives from mother's side and so on. And like in the beginning, I was just arriving here for a vacation, and when the parents decide to leave Moldova, so we just grab our stuff and come here.
How old were you when you left?
I come here when I get 10 years old, so from that moment I'm living here and studying and going to school and stuff.
What was your arrival in Lithuania like?
The arrival, like, it was strange. I didn't know what all around me was saying. Even I was trying to watch cartoons and I'm not understanding what is then. Like, okay, I'm just watching cartoons and don't understand. It's a little bit annoying for a kid. And when I started to learn a language, so day by day, word by word, it come to real that I learned the language.
Now you are a fluent speaker Lithuanian?
Yes, I even passed the exam in a school, like Lithuanian language exam, and I passed it. So yes, I can say that I am fluently speaking in Lithuanian.
So what are you doing now? Studying? Working?
Yeah, I'm just studying at the moment. I'm searching for some job or something like that. But most important is to find my place in studying and stuff.
What has changed in your life since you stay in Lithuania?
Everything, because it was another language, another country, another people. Like, okay, I had my relatives, but just relatives is not enough. When you left your friends and your relatives from there, it's a little bit strange and complicated, but still it's good.
So what was the most difficult part about leaving? Leave your parents and your friends?
The most part was about the friends and about the language, but we made it, we come through, and that's. But maybe it's because I wasn't here alone. I was with my sister, so it was really easy because she was like me. We was with no language, with no friends, with no nothing. Just my parents, me, relatives, and sisters. That's all.
Have you ever asked yourself if you want to stay in Lithuania or would like to change your country again?
Like in the beginner year, like first year, second year, I was what I'm doing here, why here and stuff. Like I was annoyed. I was annoyed because of language, because it's hard. It's one of the hardest language in the world, and so on. But then I was like, okay, it's good. Still, I have some friends. I have everything, so why not?
In the future, you want to find a job here?
Like, kind of, yes, but it's difficult to find job here. Like, if you want, like, if you have a master thesis in your hands, diploma, yes, it's really easy. But if no, it's difficult.
What are you hoping to accomplish in the future?
My hope, it's like I have a lot of hopes, but I just want to live my life like not to be a simple person in the world. I just want to live somebody know my name in the future and say, oh, I know him, he was a nice guy and stuff. So, like that.
In what ways do you think migration has made you a stronger person?
It made me stronger in my languages because at the moment I can speak in 5 languages. So that made me improving in other languages that I know, and now I understand that way more you know languages, it's easier to live, easier to communicate, and easier to have some fun.
How we can improve another languages exactly here?
You can speak with other students even in our dormitory and so on. Like you can communicate. You don't need to make like hand signs and so on. Like
So it's easy for you.
yeah, it's easy when you know a language. Other person don't even know that you know. So it's easy to communicate and stuff. So I'm really liking to know languages. So it's my point.
And if someone were planning on coming to this country, what would you like to them?
Like it's cold here, grab a coat and persons, if you're going to Kaunas, you need to know a little bit of Lithuania, like you need to grab a survival Lithuanian classes. But if you in Vilnius, just speak Russian or English, it's no matter, but not in Kaunas. So like that's the point.
Have you think before to move to Vilnius?
Yes, I have some moments about that, but maybe not now, later. I would like to move to Vilnius. It's more comfortable city to me.
My name is Zakaria. I'm from Morocco and I'm studying international relations in VDU.
So describe the place where you lived.
Yeah, I was born in a city called Casablanca. It's the largest city in Morocco. As the name suggests, it's all white. And I lived almost 15 years of my life in Kenitra, which is a small town. And it's not that interesting.
Where did you live?
Why I left? Okay, I left Morocco because I don't like mentality of people. So I want to go in a society where people are don't judge the other. They are free to think about whatever they want, and that's it.
You think Lithuania is the best place for this?
For me, maybe not the best, but at least it's okay.
Okay. How old were you when you left?
Around 22 years old.
You're currently trying to achieve.
Currently, yeah, I would like to find a good job and to stabilize myself definitely here.
And what exactly the job do you looking for?
It doesn't matter. Normally, just something which guarantee me, good living, and that's it.
What has changed in your life since you stay in Lithuania?
A lot. For example, I become more aware about a lot of things. I would say I become more tolerant. I become more European. Yeah, I start accepting, many European values. I start accepting it into myself. So yeah, that's how I feel.
More independence, maybe.
Of course, that's yeah, on personal level, more independent. I mean, more reliable on myself. Yeah,
What was the most difficult part about living?
yeah. Like I mentioned, it's very hard to leave your parents, your family, your friends behind. I mean, it's emotionally hard. Plus, also, it's very hard. Yeah, I mean, that's the hardest place. Otherwise, I was ready to leave the Morocco.
Have you ever asked yourself if you wanted to stay in Lithuania or would like to change the country?
No, because Lithuania was my own choice, and unlike many people, I did my research before coming, so I'm sure of myself.
And what do you want to accomplish in future?
Yeah, I told you, I mean, to find job, to have family, to stabilize. That's it.
In what ways do you think migration has made you a stronger person?
Okay, so you choose your own country and you become very independent. So you don't rely on anymore on any person. So you are thinking about how to survive in a system. I mean, okay, yeah, I like here, but there is in the beginning nobody behind me. So I have to rely on myself. I have to create connections. I have to find the stuff by myself. So I become the one who guide the new people who are coming.
What about Lithuanian language? Is it hard for you?
Actually, no. I'm B1. Actually, unfortunately, I'm a lazy person. So if I was more hardworking in my first year, I would be able to speak Lithuanian now. So my problem it was that I'm lazy. Otherwise, there is no problem in Lithuanian language.
If someone were planning on coming to this country, what would you tell them?
Uh-huh. So first of all, for those who want to come to Lithuania, I suggest them first to read about the country, to make sure that this country is for them. Because, for example, many people like Scandinavian countries. I don't. I mean, even if Lithuania become empty, I wouldn't go there. I mean, because I did research and I found that those countries are not suitable for me. So when I did research, I found several countries, including Lithuania, is for me. So that's why I decided to go there.
Are you thinking about to change the country in the
No,
future?
never.
No?
Yeah.
You like Lithuania?
Of course.